Have you ever met someone and felt an exhale you didn't know you were holding? It isn't the loud, chaotic rush of attraction. It's not the nervous, electric energy of infatuation, which often feels more like a storm than a sanctuary. This is something else entirely. It's quieter, softer, a gentle, almost imperceptible calm that settles over your entire being, over your mind, your body, and your spirit. It is a silent frequency that hums beneath the surface of your interaction, a frequency that whispers, "You can rest now. You can be yourself here." This feeling, this profound sense of energetic homecoming, is one of the most sacred and sought-after experiences in human connection. It's a silent recognition, a sense that your soul, after a long and weary journey, has found a familiar shore. It's the feeling of taking off a heavy coat you didn't even realize you were wearing, of putting down a shield you've been carrying for a lifetime. But what is this feeling really? Where does it come from? Is it merely a psychological trick, a projection of our deepest desires for safety and belonging onto a convenient stranger? Is it a simple matter of compatible personalities and shared interests? Or is it something more, a signal from a deeper, more ancient part of ourselves, a resonance that reminds us of a connection that transcends this single moment in time? The truth, as it so often does, lives in the sacred space between science and spirit, between the intricate wiring of our brains and the boundless wisdom of our hearts. When someone's energy feels like home, it isn't just a fleeting emotion. It is a profound alignment, a symphony of psychological safety, neurological resonance, and spiritual recognition, all playing in perfect harmony. It's the universe gently reminding you that true connection is not something you must fight for, build, or earn, but something you can simply return to. It's an invitation to step out of the endless performance of daily life and into the quiet sanctuary of a sacred connection. And if you have ever felt this, you know it's a feeling that changes everything. It recalibrates your understanding of what love can be, of what you truly deserve, and of the powerful, unseen currents that guide us toward those who are meant to be a part of our journey. This is not about finding someone to complete you, because you are already whole. It is about meeting someone whose energy reminds you of the wholeness that has always existed within you, patiently waiting to be remembered. So let us journey into the heart of this feeling. Let's explore the beautiful and mysterious alchemy of why another human being, out of the billions on this planet, can feel like the home we've been searching for all our lives. For so much of our lives, many of us feel like wanderers. We navigate a world that often, either subtly or explicitly, demands that we wear armor. We build walls around our hearts, not out of malice, but for survival. In school, at work, even sometimes with family, we learn to perform, to perfect, to project an image of who we think we should be in order to be accepted, valued, or loved. All the while, a quieter, more authentic self remains hidden deep within, waiting for a safe harbor where it can finally emerge without fear of judgment. We move through relationships, friendships, and social circles feeling like a visitor, a guest in someone else's world. We are ever conscious of our footing, careful not to reveal the parts of ourselves we fear are too messy, too vulnerable, too intense, or simply too much. This creates a subtle but persistent feeling of being an outsider in our own lives, a kind of energetic homelessness that leaves us with a deep, often unconscious, longing for true belonging. It is a fundamental human need, as essential as food and water, to feel truly seen, fully accepted, and profoundly safe. We search for this feeling in accolades, in achievements, in the validation of others. We hope that if we are successful enough, attractive enough, or good enough, we will finally earn our place, our sense of home in the world. But these external markers rarely touch the core of our loneliness because they are conditional. They depend on our performance. And then sometimes, when we least expect it, someone arrives. They don't arrive with fanfare or a grand declaration. They enter quietly, and in their presence, the armor begins to feel heavy and unnecessary. The carefully constructed walls begin to feel less like protection and more like a prison. Their energy doesn't demand a performance from you. It invites your authenticity. Their gaze isn't one of assessment or judgment, but of a calm, steady acceptance that seems to say, I see all of you, and all of you is welcome here. This is the moment of recognition. It's a feeling that can be unnerving in its simplicity and profound in its impact. You find yourself speaking with an uncharacteristic honesty, sharing thoughts and feelings you've long kept guarded, not because you are trying to impress them, but because it feels natural and safe to do so. The constant, low-level anxiety that hums in the background of your daily life suddenly quiets down. In their presence, you don't have to strive. You can simply be. Even the silence between you is different. It isn't the awkward, empty silence that begs to be filled. It is a shared space of peace, comfortable, full, and nourishing. This is the very essence of emotional safety, the bedrock upon which the entire feeling of home is built. You might have felt this with a lover, a best friend, a family member, or even a mentor. The relationship's label is irrelevant. What matters is the energetic signature, a feeling of profound comfort, of being deeply known and loved without condition. It is the feeling of returning to a place you didn't consciously know you had left. This experience is a powerful teacher. It is a guidepost on the journey of spiritual growth and the creation of conscious relationships. It shows us that the home we seek is not a physical place, but a state of being, a sacred energy that can be reflected back to us in the presence of another. But why does this happen? What is the intricate dance of psychology and spirit that creates this profound and sacred sense of belonging? Before your conscious mind has time to analyze, assess, or even form an opinion about someone, your nervous system has already made its decision. This ancient, intuitive part of your brain, the part that is solely concerned with your survival and well-being, is constantly scanning your environment. It is asking one fundamental question, over and over again. Am I safe? This subconscious process, known as neurosption, happens entirely outside the realm of conscious thought. It picks up on thousands of subtle cues, the tone of someone's voice, the pace of their speech, the softness in their eyes, their posture, the very rhythm of their breath. When someone's energy feels like home, it's because your nervous system has received a powerful, undeniable signal of safety. Their presence is not perceived as a threat. There are no energetic alarm bells, no subconscious triggers telling you to fight, flee, or freeze. Instead, there is a sense of calm that permeates your being, allowing your body's deeply ingrained defense mechanisms to stand down. This is the biological underpinning of feeling at ease. You can feel it physically. Your shoulders drop away from your ears, your breath deepens and slows, your heart rate steadies. It is a full-body, physiological sigh of relief. This experience is deeply rooted in what psychologists call attachment theory. Our earliest relationships with caregivers shape our lifelong expectations of how relationships work. If our caregivers were consistently available, responsive, and attuned to our needs, they became a secure base for us, a safe haven from which we could explore the world, knowing we always had a place of comfort to return to. Many of us, however, did not experience this perfectly secure attachment. Our caregivers may have been inconsistent, distant, or overwhelmed themselves, unable to fully meet our emotional needs. These early experiences can create insecure attachment patterns, leaving an imprint on our nervous system that teaches us that relationships can be unpredictable, unsafe, or conditional. As adults, we may unconsciously carry this hypervigilance into all our connections, always on the lookout for the first sign of abandonment, rejection, or threat. Then you meet someone who embodies the qualities of that secure base you have always, on some level, longed for. They are emotionally available. They are consistent. Their presence provides a sense of reliability and comfort that directly soothes your old attachment wounds. They don't trigger your fears. Instead, their energy offers a corrective emotional experience. Being with them feels safe not just because they are kind, but because their very presence is healing to the wounded inner child within you, the part of you that long ago learned that love was something you had to earn, or that it could be taken away at any moment. This feeling of safety is further explained by the science of our own brains. We are wired for connection through what are known as mirror neurons. These specialized brain cells fire not only when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else performing that same action. They are the basis of empathy, allowing us to literally feel what others are feeling. When you are with someone who is emotionally regulated, calm, and centered in their own being, your mirror neurons begin to reflect this state back to you. Your brain and nervous system begin to synchronize with theirs in a process called co-regulation, creating a shared emotional experience of deep peace. It is a biological gift of tranquility passed from their nervous system to yours. So when someone's energy feels like home, it is, in a very real and measurable sense, your body recognizing a safe harbor. Your nervous system is communicating a profound truth that your analytical mind may not yet comprehend. Here you are safe. Here you can let down your guard. Here you can heal. This profound psychological safety is the fertile ground from which a deeper, more spiritual connection can blossom. While psychology provides a powerful framework for understanding the safety and comfort we feel with certain people, it doesn't fully capture the depth, the magic, and the mystery of the experience. There is often a profound spiritual dimension to this feeling of home, a sense of familiarity that seems to defy logic and linear time. It's that uncanny, electric feeling that you have known this person before, even if you've just met. It's a sense that your soul recognizes their soul, a meeting that feels less like a new introduction and more like a long-awaited reunion. This is the realm of soul-level love, where connections are understood not just as social bonds, but as sacred energetic alignments. From a spiritual perspective, we are all energetic beings, each vibrating at a unique frequency. This personal vibration is the sum total of our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs, and all of our past experiences. According to the principle of vibrational alignment, like energy attracts like energy. When you are operating from a place of love, authenticity, and inner peace, you naturally draw to you people and experiences that resonate with that same frequency. When someone's energy feels like home, it is a sign of a profound vibrational match. Your energies are in harmony, like two musical notes that when played together create a beautiful and resonant chord. There is an effortless flow and a natural synergy between you. Conversation is easy, understanding is implicit, and you feel seen and acknowledged on a level that goes far beyond the surface. This is because your core energetic signatures are compatible. You are attuned to each other. Spiritual traditions have many names for these profound connections. Some call them soulmates, referring to two separate souls that are extraordinarily linked and destined to meet to help each other grow. A soulmate connection often feels comfortable, supportive, and inherently nurturing, like coming home to a warm embrace. They can be friends, family members, or romantic partners, and their purpose is to awaken, challenge, and support us in becoming better versions of ourselves. This sense of familiarity can also be interpreted as a memory from past lives or a pre-life agreement between souls to meet and support each other in this incarnation. While this is a concept that transcends scientific proof, it resonates deeply with the felt experience of meeting someone and having an instant, inexplicable sense of kinship. It's a recognition that your souls have danced together before, in other times, in other places. It's the feeling of looking into their eyes and thinking, "Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you." When you meet someone whose energy feels like home, you are not just meeting a person, you are meeting a reflection of your own soul. They mirror back to you the love, the peace, and the acceptance that already resides within you. They remind you of your own divine nature. This is why these connections are so powerful and so transformative. They don't just offer comfort, they offer a pathway back to your truest self. Within each of us lives an inner child, a psychological and energetic imprint of our younger self. This inner child holds all the memories, emotions, and unmet needs from our formative years. It carries our capacity for joy, wonder, and playfulness, but it also holds our deepest wounds, the pain of abandonment, neglect, or the feeling of being unseen and unloved. These early wounds, whether we are conscious of them or not, shape our adult relationships in profound ways. When we haven't healed our inner child, we unconsciously seek out partners and dynamics that replicate the emotional environment of our childhood. This is a psychological phenomenon known as repetition compulsion. If our home was chaotic and unpredictable, we may find ourselves drawn to turbulent and unstable relationships, because on a subconscious level, chaos feels familiar. It feels like home, even if it's a home that was deeply painful. We may recreate patterns of seeking approval from an emotionally distant partner, hoping to finally get the love we never received from a parent. This is the wounded inner child running the show, trying to heal the past by reenacting it in the present. However, when someone's energy feels like a true home, a place of genuine safety, peace, and unconditional love, it signifies something entirely different. It is not a reenactment of past trauma, but a powerful opportunity for profound healing. This person's energy creates a safe space, a sacred container, for your inner child to finally be seen, heard, and nurtured in the way it always needed. A person who feels like home doesn't play on your fears of abandonment. They don't require you to earn their love or suppress your needs to keep them around. Instead, their consistent presence and their emotional attunement provide the security your inner child has been craving its entire life. When they listen with compassion, when they accept your vulnerability without judgment, and when they offer reassurance in your moments of fear, they are, in essence, reparenting the wounded parts of you. This is a sacred and transformative process. In the safety of their energy, you can begin to let down the protective walls your inner child built so long ago. You can start to express your emotions more freely, knowing they will be met with care. You can allow yourself to be playful, curious, and spontaneous, the beautiful qualities of the joyful inner child that often get suppressed by adult responsibilities and past hurts. This healing is not about becoming dependent on the other person. Rather, their love and safety act as a catalyst for you to develop a more loving relationship with yourself. By experiencing unconditional acceptance from them, you learn how to give it to yourself. Their presence teaches you what healthy, secure love feels like, recalibrating your entire emotional compass so that you no longer mistake chaos for connection or intensity for intimacy. You begin to internalize the safety they provide, creating a secure base within your own heart. A true soul connection doesn't just make you feel good, it facilitates your healing. It helps you reclaim the parts of yourself you had to abandon to survive. The feeling of home is the feeling of your inner child finally being safe enough to come out of hiding and be loved for exactly who they are. Every individual, regardless of their gender, carries within them both divine masculine and divine feminine energies. These are not about gender roles, but about universal archetypal forces that, when balanced, create a state of wholeness and inner harmony. Understanding this dynamic is key to deciphering why another person's energy can feel so profoundly like home. The divine masculine is the energy of presence, stability, and structure. It is the part of us that is decisive, logical, and protective. It creates safety and holds a steady container for life to unfold. Think of it as the strong riverbanks that guide the flow of water, dependable and unwavering. When this energy is healthy, it provides a sense of security, integrity, and clear direction. It is the anchor in the storm. The divine feminine, on the other hand, is the energy of flow, creativity, and intuition. It is the part of us that is nurturing, compassionate, and receptive. It is the water within the riverbanks, fluid, dynamic, and life-giving. When this energy is healthy, it allows for emotional expression, connection, and the capacity to receive love and abundance. It is the force of creation and the wisdom of the heart. Often we live with these energies out of balance within ourselves. We might be too much in our masculine, rigid, controlling, and disconnected from our feelings. Or we might be too much in our feminine, chaotic, overly emotional, and lacking clear boundaries. This inner imbalance creates a sense of restlessness and a feeling that something is missing. We are unconsciously seeking wholeness, searching for the energy we have suppressed within ourselves. When you meet someone whose energy feels like home, it is often because they embody the healthy, balanced expression of the energy you most need to heal and integrate within yourself. Their energy doesn't just complement yours, it helps to balance and harmonize it. For example, if you have been living in a state of hyperindependence and emotional guardedness, an imbalanced masculine, you may feel an incredible sense of peace and homecoming with someone who embodies a healthy divine feminine energy. Their nurturing presence, their emotional openness, and their unconditional acceptance can feel like a soothing balm to your weary soul. They create a safe space for you to soften, to feel, and to connect with the parts of yourself you have long denied. Conversely, if you have felt emotionally overwhelmed, ungrounded, and lacking direction, an imbalanced feminine, you may feel a profound sense of safety and stability with someone who holds a strong, healthy, divine masculine energy. Their steady presence, their clear sense of purpose, and their ability to create a secure container can feel like the anchor you've been searching for. They provide the structure and safety your feminine energy needs to feel safe enough to create, to nurture, and to flow without fear of being swept away. This is the sacred dance of divine masculine and feminine energies. A relationship that feels like home is one where both partners support the balancing of these energies within each other. It's not about one person being the masculine and the other being the feminine. It's about two whole individuals, each working toward their own inner union, coming together to create a field of energy that supports mutual growth and healing. The feeling of home is the feeling of your own energetic field coming into greater harmony in the presence of another. Their energy doesn't fill a void within you, but rather, it activates the dormant energy within you, calling it forth to be seen, healed, and integrated. This is why these connections feel so empowering. They don't make you dependent, they make you more of who you truly are. To recognize that another's energy feels like home is a beautiful and sacred gift. It is a mirror reflecting the peace, safety, and love that are your birthright. But this recognition is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning. The true purpose of such a connection is not to lose yourself in the comfort of another, but to use that feeling as a guide, as a roadmap, to build that same sense of home within yourself. The universe brings these people into our lives as teachers and catalysts. They show us what is possible. They remind us of the frequency of unconditional love. But the ultimate goal of the spiritual path is to learn to generate that frequency for ourselves, to become our own secure base, our own sanctuary. This is the path of emotional and spiritual sovereignty. So, how can you cultivate this inner sense of home? First, practice the art of self-attunement. The The safety you feel with that person comes from their ability to be present with you, to listen without judgment. Begin to offer this same quality of presence to yourself. Take time each day to sit in silence and listen to your own inner world. Place a hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and ask, what am I feeling right now? What are your emotions telling you? What does your body need? What are the quiet whispers of your intuition? By turning your attention inward with compassion and curiosity, you begin to create a powerful space of inner safety. You learn that you can be with all parts of yourself, just as that person is with you. Second, consciously engage in inner child healing. The feeling of home is deeply connected to healing the wounds of your younger self. Take time to connect with your inner child. You can do this through visualization, journaling, or simply speaking to that part of you with love and reassurance. Find a picture of yourself as a child and place it somewhere you will see it often. Ask that child in the picture what they need from you today to feel safe and loved. Perhaps they need you to play more, to be creative, or to know that you, the adult, will protect them by setting healthy boundaries in your relationships. By consciously nurturing your inner child, you become the loving parent you always needed, and your own energy begins to feel more and more like home. Third, intentionally balance your divine masculine and feminine energies. Cultivate your inner masculine by creating structure and stability in your life. Set clear goals, honor your commitments to yourself, and learn to hold a steady presence for your own emotions without being swept away by them. Cultivate your inner feminine by allowing yourself to feel, to be creative, and to receive. Practice self-compassion, connect with nature, and allow yourself moments of unstructured flow and play. The more you bring these energies into balance within yourself, the less you will need to seek that balance externally. You become the whole and complete partner you are seeking. The journey of spiritual growth is a journey inward. The people who feel like home are the lighthouses along the shore, guiding you back to yourself. They remind you that you are not lost, and you have never been alone. The love you feel in their presence is simply a reflection of the infinite love that is the very essence of your being. In the end, the search for home is the search for oneself. The people whose energy resonates with this deep, quiet truth are not an escape from our journey, but an essential and beautiful part of it. They are the sacred mirrors that show us our own light. They are the safe harbors that allow us to heal our deepest wounds. And they are the gentle reminders that love is not something to be earned, but something to be remembered. The feeling of home in another is a profound and beautiful paradox. It is in finding this safety and acceptance in the presence of someone else that we are finally given the courage and the space to find it within ourselves. They teach us, through their very being, how to hold ourselves with the same compassion, how to listen to ourselves with the same presence, and how to love ourselves with the same unconditional grace. So when you encounter a soul whose energy feels like coming home, breathe it in. Let it settle into your bones. Let it recalibrate your heart to the frequency of true belonging. Cherish it, be grateful for it. But do not cling to it as a source outside of yourself. See it for what it truly is, a reflection, a memory, an awakening. It is the universe, in its infinite wisdom and boundless love, reaching out through the heart of another to gently touch yours and whisper, "Welcome home, you were never truly gone."